What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Interesting middleweight news. It looks like Gennady Golovkin will be facing none other than Martin Murray. And I think this is good news. I really like this particular fight. If you watch my channel, I made a video a long time, I don't remember exactly when, about this fight when it was initially proposed. But since Martin Murray has a criminal background, he was in jail. He had some type of problems with that felony and that jail time getting a visa or a passport to come to the United States where they wanted to make the fight. So bottom line, the fight initially fell through, and now after Martin Murray just beat Spada, they're trying to make this fight. And I really like this fight. I think this is a good fight. Now, some of you guys are going to instantly dispute this fight. Like, oh, this is garbage fight, I tell you. And I can instantly, from talking to people, tell who's a diehard real boxing fan and who's not. Not saying everybody has to be on board with this fight, but it's what they say next. Now, a lot of people in boxing are kind of sometimes fans, you know what I'm saying? And if it's not a big name, they probably don't know who the person is. Therefore, they're going to immediately count them out. But if you know and you've done your homework, you know Martin Murray, you'll know this is a solid fight. This is a good fight. And like I said, I'm not expecting everyone to agree with this fight or love it, but you can't sit up here and tell me this is a terrible fight, but then you're requesting a fight with Peter Quillin. Because at the same token, what has Martin Murray done that's significantly less than what Peter Quillin has done? You know what I mean? Peter Quillin's just an Al Heyman fighter and perhaps the bigger name. But honestly, Peter Quillin in his last fight, and this is my dude, I'm just being honest. I got to keep it 100. Peter Quillin, he didn't look that great. He was winning, and he was clearly winning, but you're supposed to, like take the soul from a nobody, show him why you're the quote-unquote elite level. And against Lucas Konecki, I just didn't really feel he stepped on the gas and did that. It wasn't impressive. Meanwhile, Triple G has constantly been moving through the ranks. And I was on Dante's Boxing Nation. Shout out to my boy Dante. But on the radio, we were talking about Triple G one week, and it came up. And I said, I'll tell you what, one thing that I really like about Triple G, other than his confidence and the power and what we've seen in ring, is he's staying active. This dude, his father died this year. He still managed to fight, I believe, 3 times. And then last year he fought 4 times. That is great. And this fight is taking place in Monte Carlo in February. So he just made easy work of Rubio, didn't absorb no punishment. So he's already right back at it in the turn of the new year in February 21st in Monte Carlo. And since it's happening in Monte Carlo, I don't know if HBO is going to pick up this particular fight, if they value it or whatnot. But that's another thing I like about Triple G. Triple G, so aside from staying active, Triple G is like, whether I'm going to be televised on HBO or not, fuck it, I'm fighting. Because when he fought Adama and I think Ishida, I don't think those fights were on HBO. So he's still fighting. Now, I hear what fans are saying when it comes to Triple G hasn't faced the upper echelon of the middleweight division, but you can't fault a guy who is progressing in ring, like both with his technique and stuff. Like he looks like he's getting better and whatnot. Plus, his level of competition is going up. That's all I can ask. I asked the same thing of Canelo. Canelo, I was like, okay, I'm tired of seeing him fight Alfonso Gomez, who I never really rated highly as a world beater. Old Shane Mosley, a 41-year-old Carlos Baldemir. But then when Canelo stepped up and faced Austin Trout, he hurt him. It was a good fight. Then he fought Mayweather. Didn't look so good. Came back, beat the shit out of Angulo. I thought Angulo could pose some problems, and he posed none. Then he held his own with Edeslani Laura in a competitive back and forth fight. So I'm like, cool. He stepped up his catalog of resume of names, and I'm able to get a good read on what to expect from Canelo. You know what I'm saying? What are his skills? What does he lack? Etc. So if you look at Triple G, he's really doing that. At first he was fighting like super, Gabe Rosado coming up in weight, Ishida with no punching power at 54, but he's been steadily moving through the ranks. Macklin was a respected, middle of the road guy. Daniel Gill, I think, only had maybe 1 loss, and it was a controversial Darren Barker fight. Then he fought Curtis Stevens also in between that. That was a pretty good step up. Curtis Stevens had been looking spectacular with highlight reel knockouts. Recently, Marco Antonio Rubio. Now, Rubio, I thought could pose some problems because he can crack, but it looked like, I don't know, maybe because he didn't make weight, he was just like, fuck it, I'm here for a paycheck, and he felt the power or whatever, and he was just like, fuck it, I'm not, you know what I mean, I don't give a fuck, I got paid. It looked like he didn't really even try to, and I didn't expect that from him, so that was disappointing to me. But you can't really fault Triple G. He was game. You know what I mean? He took Rubio's best shots while it lasted and kept pressing forward. And he got a knockout. He was trying to open him up and let his hands go. So, I mean, I really don't get it when people hate on fights like this. Martin Murray is a good fight because his losses, like his loss to Felix Sturm, was controversial. His loss with Sergio Martinez was damn sure controversial. First of all, they said it was one knockdown. In my book, it was two knockdowns. He was fighting Sergio Martinez back home in Argentina, so you know the ref was probably biased and siding with the star, you know what I'm saying, and the countryman. And he only ruled one. He ruled it a slip and ruled one knockdown, but that was two knockdowns. That should have been two knockdowns. And Sergio Martinez looked like shit in that fight. He narrowly escaped with the victory. I don't even think he should have won after watching it. I've seen it a couple times at this point. And Martin Murray held his own. And the thing I like about Martin Murray is hopefully he could do what Marco Antonio Rubio, what I thought Rubio was going to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's be a guy who's not going to just easily cower and be intimidated. Because if you know Martin Murray, one, he's big as fuck. He looks like he's in shape. Like when I seen him in the Sergio Martinez way, and I was like, God damn, this dude looks like ripped. Like, you know what I'm saying? He looks hella hub, hella buff. And then that was one thing. And then two, he's been to prison. So I'm not saying prison just automatically makes you tough, but I know people in jail. I know people that have went to prison and done stints and stuff like that. And for the most part, you have to be tough mentally to endure some of the conditions in prison. My brother's a cop, actually. You know what I'm saying? So I've been to the jail and toured it and stuff like that. And it is what it is. You have to have that mentality, a tough mentality. So again, just a guy with that background, and I think he was in a lot of trouble over in the UK. Martin Murray used to like get in street fights and shit like that. So he's kind of like a badass, like a hard ass and trouble with the law type of dude. So to me, that's a good sign because those are some of the characteristics and mindsets that you would need to fuck with a guy like Triple G. You can't just flinch. You know what I mean? People like Mike Tyson and Triple G, they have this aura around them. And if you fight them scared, you're getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. Because they already have you beat before the fighters even start. Once they know they can hurt you, they're pretty good finishers and things like that. And it's going to be the beginning of the end once they know that you can't deal with their power. Mike Tyson, there's like videos on YouTube right now, and if you watch it, he'd be like, I would stare at a guy and I'm looking in his eyes, I'm waiting for the moment, and as soon as he cuts his eyes for a split, for a millisecond, if he cuts away, then I know I have him beat. He's mine. I'm there to conquer. Like, I'm gonna eat his kids and swallow him. Like, you know what I'm saying? And Tyson was basically just saying that once we're doing the stare down and he breaks away and has that little bead of sweat, or he cuts his eye, or has that little ounce of worry in him, it's a wrap because he knows he has the guy beat. And boxing is highly psychological. Despite whoever tells you anything different, it is. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather always looks for like little psychological advantages against his opponent. He'd be like, yeah, Oscar De La Hoya, he tried to say I took his gym bag. Yeah, I took his gym bag. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna do shit about it. You know what I'm saying? He looks for that. Robert Guerrero, same thing. He had the little Showtime promotional video, and he was like, easy work, easy. I ain't gotta worry about it. What? You said it's gonna be easy. What you gonna do? He's like, get out of my face, man. And he's like, what you gonna do? You ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a mind game, like mind fuck. So I think guys like Triple G, you hear the stories and the power, and you know what I'm saying, you see it on display. So a lot of guys mentally fold, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know that Martin Murray will do that. Like I said, I thought he beat Sergio Martinez, and he went to Argentina. See, and that's another thing. You got to look at little subtle clues like this. Martin Murray, this motherfucker went to Argentina to face a guy who was formerly avoided, and that was Sergio Martinez, who just really had come off the Julio Cesar Chavez performance where, for the most part, he beat the shit out of Chavez Jr. minus the 12th round. And this motherfucker flew his ass from the UK to Argentina to face the middleweight lineal champion at the time, which was Sergio Martinez. That takes balls to go into someone else's backyard as the underdog, and then on top of that, put up the performance that Martin Murray did. It's a solid fight. And again, nobody else is really, that I've seen, not too many people are stepping up except for Edeslani Laura are stepping up. Kirkland, they offered him the fight. I heard he didn't want it. I haven't really heard Canelo say much. Canelo said, I'll fight him, but it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? I think they're trying to make the Miguel Cotto fight. I ain't heard shit from Cotto as far as fighting Triple G. So, you know what I mean? I ain't heard really Peter Quillen. I've interviewed Peter Quillen, and I've heard him in the past say, I'll fight whoever. Is anybody, I'll fight anybody. It's up to Al Heyman and stuff like that. But I haven't seen him like aggressively pursuing the fight, especially in recent memory. He said he'll fight him, but I haven't seen him like getting on the mic in every interview he has the opportunity. Like damn near do some like Edeslani Laura shit when he hopped up on the stage behind Canelo, or do some WWF, WWE type shit where you just have to start screaming like, Triple G, I want you, brother. Ah! Like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's what some of these fighters have to do if they really want to fight. Anybody could say they want a fight. You know what I mean? I can tell you right now, like, yeah, I'll fuck Mike Tyson up. I want the fight. Sign me up. I don't give a fuck. But shit, if Mike came at me, then it's going to be a different story. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no problems with no fucking Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? So anybody could say it, but actions speak louder than words. And who's actually going forth and like, you know what I mean? Start stalking, like doing like Shannon Briggs is doing to Klitschko. Like, let's go, champ. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? If you really want the Triple G fight, be like, let's go, Triple G. Come on, make me a good boy. Let's go, champ. If you really want that action, you know what I'm saying? There's ways to get it. So I think it's a solid fight, personally. And again, I like the fact that Gennady Golovkin is at least staying active. Yes, I want to see him face better competition. I do. But I can't be mad at the dude for cleaning out his division. Like, I just can't. Like you could say there's nobody. There are names in his division. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the driest division. Like cruiserweight, I can't really think of motherfucking stars at cruiserweight. But at middleweight, there's some solid guys at middleweight. You know what I'm saying? Either at middleweight or at 54 that could easily move up and make good competitive fights and things like that. So there's some names, and I can't be mad at a guy simply for trying to clear out his division. You know what I mean? If he tapped it out and there's like no one left and he's conquered everything, okay, cool. Now he should probably move up. But you know what I mean? Triple G's 32 or whatever coming in the game, and he's been winning impressively, and he's staying active, which is more than what I could say for a lot of champions. Like, there's people that you know what I'm saying? I don't even remember the last time they fought. Like, I had different hairstyles and shit. You know what I mean? That's how much time has elapsed. I know bitches that got pregnant since the last time Andre Ward fought, or since the last time Kirkland fought, this was going on, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, people had different jobs and things have evolved. Like, everything else has evolved except for the fact we haven't seen them in the ring. So that's my take on it. Martin Murray, Triple G. I think it's a solid fight. Not saying it's better than Canelo versus Triple G or Miguel Cotto than Triple G, but it's a solid fight on its own. And then, truthfully, my last thing is, if you're so anti-Martin Murray versus Triple G, who the fuck do you want to see him fight? Like, what has Miguel Cotto done at middleweight? He defeated Sergio Martinez. That's one person. And arguably, Martin Murray did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He didn't stop him. But who knows? Maybe Martin Murray's performance against Sergio Martinez aided in the fact that Sergio Martinez's knee was fucked up when he fought Miguel Cotto. So, quote unquote, maybe Martin Murray softened him up for Miguel Cotto. So you got to look at it like that. People are mad, like, oh, Triple G, he's a pussy. He's not fighting real competition. But you got to analyze what you're saying. Who is this real competition? What has Peter Quillen done that's substantially better than Martin Murray? Like, who is his like big name? And then you look at guys like Hassan Nadam. Do you really give him a shot? Do you give Jermaine Taylor a shot to beat Triple G? So, like, if you don't think that they'll destroy Triple G, then those aren't the greatest fights either. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like my video. Drop me a comment. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.